Bob Staple, and this is a Staple review on X-Men Days of Future Past. Now, let's just quickly say this. It's got Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, Halle Berry, and many more like Ellen Page, and I forget the other names, I'll be honest. My bad. Pretty much everyone's in. So, I saw this film with a couple of friends, one being Trip Hazard, the other being Indiana Crop. Give them names. And I must say, I really enjoyed the movie. I was actually surprised by how much of the future they showed. I mean, I was kind of expecting, like a 5-minute opening in the future and then it to all take place in the past. But it very nicely jumped back to the future at times. The acting in it is superb. The storyline, actually, it works so well. There are bits where I'm like, I would like some more explanation. They just sort of left it a bit vague, like if a character wasn't in there, you knew the outcome, but you didn't know how things happened to that character. But so bits were vague, but then you gotta think, the story, if they went into so much, you could probably have cracked like 2 films out of that one storyline. So I'm just like, I understand the vagaries, they needed to cram it all into one film. So I'm like, okay, I know what's going on. Yes, these bits are vague, but they don't need to be in detail for a perfect story. It would just be nice for the detail. But of course, every movie has its flaws, but I gotta say, besides just 1 or 2 things being a little bit lacking, I loved it. I mean, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine takes sort of centre acting role, but the story, the plot line doesn't really, it isn't where the other X-Men were all just the Hugh Jackman Wolverine movies. This was more of an X-Men movie, and actually more of a collective, a team sort of movie, instead of what there has been, which were Wolverine movies. Really, let's be honest. Every X-Men film has been about Wolverine. So, with all that being said, I would definitely say that this is my favourite X-Men film. My favourite film in the franchise. In fact, Bryan Singer is like the best director for X-Men. He did X1, X2, he produced First Class, and he's done this one, the X-Men Days of Future Past. He's been part of all the best X-Men, and then the not so great movies he hasn't had anything to do with. So I've got to say, this is my favourite X-Men movie. And you know what? I will even say this. I'm gonna say that it is my favourite superhero movie. Yep, there, I've said it. It's out there. My favourite superhero movie. So, if you haven't worked out, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Boom! That was weird. Let's not speak of that again. So, you should definitely go and watch the new X-Men movie. I'm Bob Staple, and go make me a sandwich.